Welcome to Know What's Trending, your first source for the latest trending information. Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of budgeting and expense management. Think of budgeting as the roadmap for your finances, guiding you to your financial goals. It's about understanding your earnings, planning your spending, and ensuring there's something left for the rainy days. On the other hand, expense management is the practice of keeping, tracking, and cutting down unnecessary costs. It's like the compass that keeps you on course in your financial journey. Together, budgeting and expense management form a dynamic duo that can transform your personal and professional financial landscape. These two tools give you control over your money, empowering you to make informed decisions and avoid financial pitfalls. So, are you ready to take charge of your finances? Now, let's explore some tips on how to effectively manage your budget and expenses. Tip number 1 is about setting clear financial goals. Now, why are financial goals so important, you might ask? Well, think of financial goals as your financial GPS. They guide your budgeting and expense management decisions, providing a clear path to follow. Without them, you're essentially navigating your financial journey without a map. Let's consider an example. Suppose you've always dreamt of buying a house. That's a financial goal. To achieve it, you'll need to budget and manage your expenses in a way that allows you to save for a down payment. You might need to cut back on dining out or skip that annual vacation. But remember, the sacrifices you make today will pay off when you're holding the keys to your new home. Remember, a clear financial goal is the first step towards effective budgeting and expense management. So, take the time to set your financial GPS. Your future self will thank you. Moving on to tip number 2, tracking your expenses. You know, it's like keeping a diary, but instead of emotions, it's all about your money. Now, why is this important? Well, it's simple. By tracking every penny you spend, you get a clear picture of your financial habits. Are you a coffee shop addict? Do you have a sneaky online shopping habit? It's hard to deny the evidence when it's right there in black and white. So, how can you do this? There are many ways. You could use a budgeting app or a simple spreadsheet. Budgeting apps can connect to your bank account and automatically categorize your expenses. If you prefer a more hands-on approach, a spreadsheet works just as well. You can even create different columns for different types of expenses. Remember, knowledge is power, so always keep an eye on where your money is going. Our third tip is all about prioritizing your spending. Picture your finances as a garden. Not all plants need the same amount of water. Similarly, not all expenses demand the same slice of your budget pie. The key here is to distinguish between your needs and wants. Now you might ask, what's the difference? Well, needs are your basics: food, shelter, healthcare, transportation. Things you can't do without. Wants, on the other hand, are those extra indulgences. They're nice to have, but not essential for survival. That latest smartphone, a designer bag, or fancy dinners out, these are wants. So how does distinguishing between the two help? When you prioritize your spending, you're making sure your needs are met first. Any leftover funds can then go towards your wants. This doesn't mean you can't splurge on a want. It simply means you do it mindfully, knowing you've taken care of your needs first. For instance, you've been eyeing that new gaming console. Instead of impulsively buying it, you first ensure your rent, groceries, and bills are paid. Only then, if your budget allows, you go ahead with the purchase. Remember, it's not about denying yourself pleasures. It's about making smart choices. When you prioritize, you take control. You decide where your hard-earned money goes, rather than letting your impulses lead. Prioritize your spending, and you'll find it's easier to stay within budget. Tip number 4, build an emergency fund. Ever heard of the saying, expect the unexpected? Well, that's exactly what an emergency fund is for. It's an essential component of personal finance that stands as your financial guard against unforeseen events. This could be anything from a sudden job loss, an unexpected medical bill, or even an urgent car repair. Having this fund in place helps you maintain your budget and avoid unwanted debt even during financial crises. Think of it as a financial buffer, a safety cushion that lets you land softly when life throws a curveball. So, how do you build it? It's simple. Start by setting aside a small amount from your income every month. This money should be separate from your regular savings and should only be used in emergencies. The ideal emergency fund should be able to cover 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. Yes, it might take a while to reach this goal, but remember, every little bit helps. It's not about how much you save, but the act of saving itself that counts. Building an emergency fund gives you peace of mind. It's like having an insurance policy against life's financial surprises. And the best part? It helps you stay in control of your finances no matter what life throws at you. An emergency fund is your safety net in times of financial emergencies. And finally, our fifth tip: review and adjust your budget regularly. Why is this so crucial, you may ask? Well, imagine you're trying to reach a destination by following a map. But what if the landscape changes or you take a wrong turn? You'd need to review and adjust your route, right? The same logic applies to your budget. As your life changes, so too should your budget. Regularly reviewing your budget allows you to see where your money is going and whether you're still on track to meet your financial goals. It's an opportunity to reassess your spending habits, see what's working and what's not, and make necessary adjustments. For instance, if you find you're consistently overspending in one area, it might be time to either cut back or allocate more funds to that category. Adjusting your budget isn't just about cutting costs, though. It's also about making sure your budget is still serving you and your goals. Perhaps you've paid off a debt and can now redirect that money toward savings. Or maybe you've gotten a raise at work and can afford to increase your spending in certain areas. By reviewing and adjusting your budget regularly, you can ensure it accurately reflects your current financial situation and goals. You might be wondering, how often should I review my budget? There's no one-size-fits-all answer. Some people might find it helpful to review their budget every month, while others might prefer to do it every quarter or even every year. The important thing is to do it regularly and consistently. Remember, budgeting isn't a set-and-forget type of thing. It's a dynamic process that requires regular attention and adjustment. It's about being proactive rather than reactive, about steering your financial ship rather than being swept along by the current. So why not set aside some time each month or quarter to review and adjust your budget? You might be surprised by how much it can help you stay on track with your financial goals and make your money work harder for you. Regular review and adjustment of your budget ensures it remains effective and aligned with your financial goals. And that wraps up our 5 tips on budgeting and expense management. Let's quickly recap. Set clear financial goals, track your expenses, prioritize your spending, build an emergency fund, and review and adjust your budget regularly. Give them a try. You might be surprised by the difference they can make in your financial health. Thanks for watching Know What's Trending. Which tip do you think will work best for you? Please share in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, stay financially savvy.